Today I am creating a cartoon farmer in real time. I start off as always using simple shapes, or that is what I'm seeing in my head, and then I just manipulate the shapes when I start drawing. Now I should have used a darker pencil, had got it all ready but forgot it as usual. So I'm just lining out the rough outline. It's only the first draft of this farmer that I'll be doing, then I will probably end up scanning it into my computer and finishing it off digitally. But someone was saying to me about these shapes I use on my blog. What do I mean? Because you don't seem to think I'm using any particular shapes and just drawing things normal. Well, no. In my mind they're just simple shapes. It's just that I'm manipulating them. Like these are just, the arms are just tubes. The face was just a circle. It's just been distorted a bit. Now already I am seeing that I thought I want the farmer to look like he's stepping in a load of muck, and I should have lifted his leg up further. I should have done some foreshortening on it, but as I say, it's only the first draft of this drawing. If I want to change it later, I will. It is going to be for a bit of clip art for my personalised mugs. And as I'm drawing it, I'm starting to think, oh, actually it'll make a nice painting. It just needs a bit of expanding on the whole idea. So I'm getting this coating now, and here I am drawing what is going to be a pigsty, a stone wall pigsty, which are very common at this end of the country. Well, the next county up, Yorkshire. As I say, if you look at how I'm drawing this, you can see that these are very simple shapes. I'm just manipulating them as I go along. And that tends to come with drawing a lot of cartoons. You start to see things in your mind as you're drawing it. And today I will also be, while I'm waiting for the postman as I'm drawing this, some markers I've ordered. So hopefully they'll be there by the time I get this drawing outline done. And then I can colour it in with the new markers. Give them a stick. I like to think most farmers have a stick to walk around with. Now I'm just starting to put his face in, his features. I'm sort of thinking of this as something like a pig farm or something. So the first error, trying to get his wellies in, but I think I've set him up in a pose that is really sort of off-putting to look at. I should have really lifted his leg up more and just foreshortened it, but still, that's the way it is. Now I'm going to make an attempt at drawing a cartoon pig. Again, this is very simple shapes that I'm seeing in my head. I just tend to go all over the place when I'm sketching me little cartoon doodles out. I like to sort of work on the whole picture, not just on certain parts. Get his trotters in. As I'm going along here, I'm starting to think maybe I should expand this into a painting. I want to teach myself acrylic painting. Well, a bit more added to this and I could end up with quite a good practice painting to work on. I do like these MANGAKA pens. They are manga artists. That's what they're marketed for, but I quite enjoy them. I wish they were waterproof ones though, because I do tend to work a lot in watercolor. And although these will take a bit of water added over it, so you could colour it using watercolour, but if there's too much water, it will start to make your ink lines blur. Hence that is why I often use coloured pencils, watercolour pencils. Give them a bit of a pot belly. Anyway, this cartoon image will be from my blog, which I seem to be spending an amazing amount of time answering comments on. The thing is though, you do get a lot of spam. I seem to be getting a lot of spam, so someone was saying to me that, well, that is because my blog is getting more successful, more people are visiting it. But it's a pain in the bum going for that, because a lot of people haven't got English as their first language, so it's a bit of a judgment call whether there's spam posts or it's just their use of English. So what I've started to do, I've stuck a new spam blocker plugin, and I've got a few other tricks that I use to sort of try to weed out the spam, because it's a bloody annoying Why can't people just put good content on their blogs instead of expecting to get an easy ride by spamming on other people's who are putting in the work trying to do a decent job of their blog? Still, mustn't grumble, I suppose. Well, not much anyway. Yes, I definitely should have changed his pose in this. Stick a bit of manure down, cover it up like that. But it certainly won't look that in the final image when it's done. Now, my new markers have arrived. I don't normally buy things off of eBay, but I was looking at them, but the markers I was going to get are so expensive for each single one. Copic markers, found them so expensive, and I come across these pens that I found that I'll be showing you in a moment, that I'll be colouring in with, and the price of them was, well, they were just, I suppose they're a new company, because I couldn't find any name on eBay for them, just a seller. But a lot of companies, I believe, sell things off cheap when they first start out until they get popular, and then start selling them for a more realistic price. I shall put up details of these markers that I've got now. In this video, because I was absolutely gobsmacked. They were well worth it. They only cost me 12 quid, free shipping. I got 30 markers and they come in the case, and it was a good quality case, and you think, God, how can they sell them for this price? But obviously that must be what I was saying earlier. They're just getting their product out into the public. But I think I found a great result with them. Put a bit of grass down. Yes, so this, you can see what this is now. This is just a car. This will be like a cartoon pig farmer. It's a lot better, easier for me to do my own clip art than spend money out on the prices a lot of people want for their images to give you a license to use them. So I find it just easier to create my own. So they're not great works of art, but they haven't cost me nothing, and they are unique. Well, certainly unique. Anyway, I will start to colour in now and speed this up. Right, first of all, I'll give it a quick erase. And these are the markers. Absolutely brilliant. Just do a few bits that I forgot. Check it all over before I start to colour, and I'm off. This is a good way of checking if they all work. And they're going down great. I'm already enjoying them or if I've used them. Now, because this is a voice track I've added afterwards, I can tell you now, I've tested all these, they all work. Can't believe it. 12 quid. 12.99, something silly like that. Absolutely brilliant. And the beauty of them is that they have a chisel tip one end and the bulletproof nib at the other, and they're hard nibs. As I'm watching these hands get coloured in, I've realised I'm going to need to redraw the hands in the next version. And although I'm putting a bit of shading in just by going over it, it would be nice to have a blender, like a Copic style blender, clear blender. That would make life a lot easier. But for what I paid for these, I'm not going to quibble about these markers. And it's certainly a lot easier than getting the watercolor pencils out and the water. It's just a lot quicker using these markers. And it's pretty surprising, this set had 30 in, but you've got a load of others. And this is probably the only one that didn't say what it did on the cap. It had a very bright yellow, which I'd call lemon yellow, but it has gone down on the paper as a type of orange, yellowy orange, I suppose. But it did dry out later, a lot lighter, but it certainly weren't what I expected from the tip, the cap, still. As I always say, mustn't grumble, but I often do. I think I said I would be trying to find out more about the company that make these markers, because I'd be quite happy with just using these. It's a great quick way to get initial palette down, the sort of colours I'm thinking of doing when I do the final version. I'm also liking this new, oh, now that is a bit loud. That is a real wide awake shirt to wear around. A bit too much for me, I would say, but you'll certainly see this farmer coming if he got lost in his fields. If he needed to find him in a hurry. I'm not a great fan of the chisel tips on the markers. On any marker, I do struggle to get them to do what I want, but I suppose it's all practice. Talking of practice, I was thinking about, I always say practice makes perfect. Most people do, but then when you think about it, does it? It's alright practicing, but if you're practicing from the wrong source and learning from the wrong source, you can end up getting, all you're doing is reinforcing your problems. So basically, I would say your basics of drawing you need to get correct before you start practicing really starts taking off and improving it. Once you've got the basics off to a T. Anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe, visit my blog, all the rest of the things that I should ask. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.